Understand that? So now, the Babylonia, is northeast Africa, but the Typhonian priests, they opened some type of gateway in that particular area, the gate of the gods, and they sealed it up. This was the last stand of the Typhonian Egyptians.
That's right.
So when they went into Iraq, they opened up those gateways. And those particular gateways, the gates of the gods, they will never be able to come out of Iraq. So you don't know this. You have lost. Now you mark my word on this shit right here. Because see, they say this thing gonna fall, it's gonna fall spiritually. And although they think that they're doing stuff, they're not telling you that the reason why, right here, I give it to you in black and white, goddammit. Here it is right here. Those who serve in Iraq cannot give blood. Soldiers who have served in Iraq will not be allowed to give blood for a year after returning home. They said they're going to be there for 5 years. But what it is, and then I tell you, is the soldiers are over there sick. I got another piece here where there was they're over there sick, they dying.
Yeah.
They got a thing that had one guy, he stumbled up on a mass grave, and it was thousands of soldiers in a mass grave. He started taking pictures and reporting. They killed his ass and dumped his ass on in there.
They said it was Iraqians instead.
Huh?
Yeah, they did the bamboozle. They said it was Iraqians instead, although it was American soldiers.
Yes, right. It was American soldiers. They're sick because now remember now, when they went in there, the first thing happened the first 2 days is they could not fight. Why? Because they had a windstorm called Kamsin.
Yeah.
In ancient Hemmitt, there's a windstorm and it's called Kamsin. It means wind and it means spirit.
Yes, it does.
In Hebrew, it's called ruach. In Arabic, it's called Kamsin. K-H-A-M-S-E-N. Kamsin. And it's a bunch of spirits. And they was caught in the sandstorm for 2 days. And that's when the spirits got on them. These damians, what you call demons, they're damians. Microscopic organisms.
That's right.
The force, midichlorians.
That's right.
It's a melanin substance. Get the movie Bram Stoker's Shadow Builders. You can find it. And you see how this shit works. Bram Stoker's Shadow Builders, 1998. And you see how this shit works. It's a black smoke. They showed it in the last X-Men movie when the Indian was in the doggone White House and he was turning in the smoke.
Nightcrawler.
That's pure melanin. So they got caught up in some shit called Kamsin. And as a result, this stuff has attached itself to the soldiers and they are dying. And the ones that didn't get directly into the storm, everybody's affected. But they got thousands and they can't. And so what it is, now look, they had 150,000 soldiers. They just came and they called in all the reserve is going to happen.
Right.
Then they came in and called in all the National Guard.
Right.
And next up on the damn deck is the bullshit-ass police officer. Shoot them up. Yeah, motherfucker. Mr. Police Officer. Think your black ass conscious? You next to go too.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
So you got until tomorrow to get the fuck off that police force. There's some serious shit going down. You the next nigga to go to Iraq. So that's what it was. They already done passed the orders, they're going to get your ass too. Running around with a gun on your side for the cracker.
Yeah.
For a little bit of damn money, I'd rather work the church's chicken first. Dumping a batch of fucking goddamn 3-piece white in that piece. Extra crispy. Not extra crispy, extra crispy. Don't be no sucker for the crap. So my point here is, what they're not telling you here is, they can't come home. So they got the whole entire building fucked up. They went, you can't go every place on the goddamn earth and front that shit. See, this was what was messed up with them. Here it is, 2003. You made it into the millennium. You should have been so happy that your ass didn't die on 2000, at least 2001. That was the millennium. You made it 2 years into the millennium. You still gonna do that same shit you did the centuries past? How arrogant.
Yeah.
But he fucked up because he don't realize that certain places Because you can't fuck around on Earth based on certain time cycles.
Homie, don't play that.
See what I'm saying? Now I'm going to let you know another little secret that's getting ready to happen. I have said in my lectures, they had an incident where some guys shot up a mosque in Harlem in the 1972 or 71. But that was the time the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was still living. And stuff like that. In spite of the motherfuckers say, you might think he wasn't shit, but they got whole Jewish people. The Jewish television them study his shit because they know that the only way that they can be accounted as a Jew and as a real Hebrew is they get a visit from Elijah. And the Elijah will never come to them. It came to us.
Right.
And that's in Jewish law.
Yes, it
That's right. That's right.
So the messenger, they can't get past it.
That's
the
right.
messenger was the real deal. They don't give a damn about everybody down here does things. You're in the human body, you're going to make mistakes.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So he got a little bit of pussy. So what?
That's natural.
Damn right. I praise him to get a little bit of pussy. You know what I'm saying? Hell, he's my hero.
That's right.
That's the real pimp thing. Know what I'm saying? I like a little booty every now and then too. Whenever the sister is so gracefully kind to give me.
That's right.
You know, whenever she decides to will me some pussy, I might be able to get some in the future. But I do like a little bit every now and then.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh no, man, shit. Who you think keep rushing the toilet but the sisters? I teach them the fucking routine. Shit. Hey. Now.
If I just had a request, can you do a pee break in there?
Oh, what?
A pee break?
Oh, we're going to go to one minute. With the food and all that. Now, what I want to say is this here. Anyway, the messenger talked about it, that there's going to be a time when the guns and the bombs won't work. I said it in my tapes.
Yes.
Now, I know the alchemical line up, and I'm going to give you some good news.
That's right.
The highest form of all magic and all science in ancient Kemet is alchemy.
That's right.
Alchemy is the science of the molecules in the universe, and it is the ultimate science of melanin. Alchemy.
That's right.
Now, in alchemy, you learn that gunpowder, electricity, or anything you have is a combination of certain amount of frictions and reactions from certain chemicals coming together based on an environment that allows those chemicals to ignite. Now, if your environment and the electromagnetic frequency in the environment changes, then you might not get a charge from that which is an explosion that you normally would. It's about like you got a radio and you go under a bridge and the motherfucker goes out. Or you got them old satellite dishes, but every time it rains, you into a good movie and you be mad. You know what I'm saying? You be mad and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the atmosphere on the planet is getting ready to change, and when it changes, the gunpowder, the bombs, and none of that shit will go off. Now, I've been talking about this in my lecture for 10 years. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad and them, in the 1972, they went to they started the Harlem Mosque, and the goddamn bullets
Didn't work.
got caught in the curtains.
That's right. So it is.
That's a spiritual aspect.
You know what, Hemmitt? I also can recollect a fact about Emperor Haile Selassie I, when he fought the war with Mussolini.
Yeah, the first one, yeah.
Yeah, and he stepped on the bomb and it didn't explode.
Yeah, right. These things can happen all the time.
And then the rest of divine entities start coming in and killing, slaughtering white boys.
Then the same thing happened with my friend Bob Ceases. Bob Ceases is 62. And last year he was drinking out there, drinking that fucking elixir. Drinking this shit right here. And went out in the street and got hit by a car. I talked about my lecture. He got hit so damn hard. And Joe, you know you hit so hard when you climb, when you up under the exhaust pipe in the back of the motherfucking car. Now you supposed to be dead. 62 years old. He get hit by a damn car. He climbs from up under the back of the exhaust pipe near the fucking license plate. Get up, walk 5 damn blocks, had. And everybody out there looking for the guy to get hit. And they were like, well, this has got to be the guy that he had on a white suit. And the motherfucker had tire tracks all over. So I'm like, damn, why see it? Did you think did you get hurt? He said, I had a little scratch on my face. And the next day, it healed up. You said the next day it healed up. Now, there's a guy named Wayne Chandler did the book Ancient Future. Because we are already metamorphosized and don't know it. He did a book Ancient Future, you should write for Island Van Sertleman and all that. He should revisit the Golden Age no more. So last summer, he in D.C., he get hit by a goddamn SUV. It bends the SUV all the way back up to the damn dashboard. It knocks him 25 feet in the air, and he lands posing like a damn cat. And he goes, he got a little knot here. He goes to the doctor, they said, we got to massage this shit out, because wherever you took the impact of the SUV, all the energy rushed in there at the same time. So we have already metamorphosized. You see what I'm saying? I've been so bad until before I get fucked up, the damn spirits be done handle this shit. You see what I'm saying? They fucked this nigga up Christmas, talking shit. You know, so they handle his ass and stuff. So what I'm just trying to say here is, this stuff has already happened. In my house, I got an altar set up in the living room. And it's some real wicked looking shit, you know. I ain't got to worry about nobody stealing nothing from me. One of the brothers did this shit down in Kansas. He was playing his music loud one night. The cops came there. We told you to turn that shit down. And he ran in the house. They ran in the house behind him. He said he wanted to show him he had a skeleton and all that shit up in there. And some real wicked looking shit. The cops saw that shit and hauled the fuck ass. And he turned it up even louder. Now, I had these, in November, this guy, they got these things. They never stop moving. It's like a sun and a moon. They set on this pedestal, and it's got a magnet, and it swings. And they'll swing forever. And so, during Christmas, they were swinging, and it got to the New Year. And right before the New Year, the sun had a crescent moon during Christmas. And right after that, these damn things stopped moving. And I would make them swing again, and they stopped doing it. And I said, oh, shit. I said, the force field and the atmosphere is changing in the house. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is this. My house is a spiritual microcosm of what's happening in the universe, because I got it hooked up this way. And I got it hooked up this way until what they were trying to show me was this is what's happening right now on the planet. By the time the spring equinox comes, you ain't gonna get the energy gonna change, and a lot of them guns and shit won't even fire. And won't even do it. And metaphysics, they've been talking about this shit for years, that one day the polarity is gonna shift. And a lot of that shit won't even work. That shit already happened because it's happening in my damn house. You see what I'm saying? It's happening in my house. You see what I'm saying? So this is the kind of thing that is actually going down. So my point here is, what they're not telling you is, they open up a gateway over there, and it literally, what I'm trying to tell you is this. It's like a movie. They went and got the whole entire United States Army and the British, because that's the father. That's the real Anglican beast. The one behind the cracker here. And they went and got them. They went up into Iraq. They opened up that gateway, and guess what? We have now lost the entire United States Army. They will never be able to come up out of it. And although they're working maneuvers and shit like that, they're not telling you what's going on. All this big guy Saddam Hussein and shit like that, and even the Michael Jackson shit is a distraction, because you ain't asking the damn question. They can't come home. This shit is so lethal and so deadly until they had a group that went over to see their children that was sick in Germany, and they had to go in there fully covered, shoes and everything, and they died. And they're not telling you here, they're dying. They said it's 900 a week. 900 a week. Now, I'm sorry, but I can't feel sorry for a nigga that goes to fight a war in 2004. I'm sorry. So we don't have to write them motherfucker. I know you got people up in there and shit, but goddamn. True that. But these are the same black bastards that go to Nigeria, Ghana, Haiti, anywhere that crap is in. That's right. We're world-class people, so we though. I went to college. I know one thing about college. You go to college, you get them goddamn student loans. That's what this shit is, make you dependent on them student loans. I told them in '98, when the motherfucker gets some money, that's when he'll pay you. That was in '88. In '98, they caught up with me, and I'm like, I'm squat. I've been homeless since for 10 years. But I ain't working on Social Security. So they're like, well, we don't see you working nowhere. You know, I said, you'll never get nothing, you wait on me. Like that. But, the brothers, the same brothers from South Carolina were going to the Army, and they go around the fucking world. And when we niggas get out of college, you want to take a trip around the world, it'll cost you thousands. Them niggas would go up in there and been all over the fucking world. And now you try to take a goddamn trip to Jamaica and you got to mortgage your fucking house. So that was a good thing. They get to see shit that a lot of niggas is educated. But that was $30,000 a year. You ain't gonna never be able to go around the world like some of these niggas went. You know, my niggas say, I was over there in Egypt. I was over there in China. What kind of niggas gonna go to China? You understand what I'm saying? So that was a good thing, man. We got to see a lot of things. But when 91 came and they showed that this cracker could still buy a fucking war, it was about time to get out. But this is the only spiritual thing about that. They put more niggas out of the army from 1990 to now, and to most of the motherfuckers over there is whites. Remember that? It was kicking niggas out? So most of them over there is white.
Spanish, Mexican.
And Mexicans.
Speaking of Mexicans, what you think about when Mr. Demonic himself sit up there and made that rule about the Latinos to come in or the Mexicans to come in, which I already know what's underlined in there. But
well, number one, you got to realize this. This is one that's just sheer economics.
Oh,
the country was not built on the blood and sweat and tears of citizens. The country was built based on slavery. And if they say they say we got to return to the old ways. So if they're going to build a new America, they got to build on slave labor.
True that.
And they can pay them motherfuckers with that voucher. See, Bush knew what he was doing by giving the so-called illegal aliens vouchers.
Yeah.
They get slave wages. My brother needed to move his office, and he had $100. He went on Buford Highway in Atlanta to the Mexicans. And they gave him 4 Mexicans. He said, I ain't got $100 in them. 25, 25, 25. These niggas is working for goddamn for fucking pennies. And that's what this country was built on. And so that's why the economy started booming again under Clinton, is because they put all the Mexicans up in here. And they got slave labor. You know it's some cheap labor when you walk in a Chinese restaurant and a motherfucking Mexican is cooking. You go to a Chinese restaurant and a goddamn Mexican is cooking. You see what I'm saying? Okay. You want to take a break? Yeah. And then we're going to come back and we'll finally start the lecture.
All right.
You be right back. I think hell the preacher, they give him $1 million and he wearing an 8-button suit. Yeah. Now, we don't. Okay, now, what I'm trying to say is this. We say we becoming gods. So if I'm becoming a god, the master of my destiny is supposed to be the inheritors of the universe, of the new world. To say that I'm blaspheming against an entity that I'm of the same source means that I'm not God.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
That means that I'm still a subordinate. So you got to get a new mindset.
That's right.
So because somebody come with the same old spirits, whether it be Isis, Osiris, whether it be Obatala, Yemenya, or whatever, for you to say that you are of the same source, and you trying to become gods, I didn't say become a better Christian or become a better worshiper of the voodoo or the Yoruba or the Akan. I'm talking about we are the gods that's supposed to take back the goddamn universe. And motherfucker, we suffered for it.
That's right.
So we suffered long enough that we don't have to goddamn bow down to be subordinate to nobody. So it's in contradiction for me to say that I gotta take a certain path to get to a certain level with some motherfuckers who ain't doing shit and told me something.
Right.
Now, look in the book, go get the book, Afrikan Ogun. You ever seen that book? The African Ogun.
Yep.
And it says chiefly that it is Ogun's mission to hold down Kumbanda. And Kumbanda is nothing but Osiris is El Cristo Negro. Anubis is the gateway to the other thing. That's the underworld. And it said his job is to express energy to hold down Kumbanda. That was his job. And all this is a changing of the gods. Now it's time for the humans to rise. Now, let me give you the information. How this thing goes. How this goes. This is how this goes. You got to understand certain fall sequences. And there's also a book by a guy by Margie, the gods of evil and good in Europe. And they talk about the same stuff that I'm getting ready to give these falls. I'm going to give you the Greek one, which is Etruscan. The Egyptian one is the rise of Ra and Apep. I'm going to give you the Babylonian, the fall of Tiamat. And the fall of Tyre, I'm going to give you the East Indian one, the fall of the Asuras over the divas over the Asuras. Now, the Egyptian one comes into being when Ra overthrows Apep, Apophis. Apep, the great mother, Apep, Tyre, it's the form of the great mother. The original one in Hemmitt is lost. So we have to go to the Typhonian one that survived in Babylonia, which is Typhonian Egyptian, which predates the fall of Apep over Ra. And in that one, Marduk overthrows Tiamat, the word Tiamat, Ty means land, and Mayat, land of Mayat. So Mayat is a returning deity of reciprocity, and it is not about the balance of the earth and all this shit in the human form, because this is an illusion. Right. It doesn't exist. Right. You see, the Afrocentric community look back into Kemet, and they're looking back with modern eyes. They're Christians. So when they say the 42nd is negative confessions, I have not done this, I have not done that. And they talk about these are the origin where the 10 Commandments came from. You see what I'm saying? What they didn't realize is these are esoteric things. They got, what, 147 of these things in all?
Right, 140.
But even if you do 47, that means you might as well not have been born. Because not to do most of the stuff on the list is humanly impossible. 10 would be much better. But even to do most of it, because even the Christians say to even think a certain way is a sin. So they was looking at the 47 negative confessions of laws of Maya, and they kept thinking that this was about what the Egyptians didn't do. They didn't understand the Egyptians were esoteric mystery schools. They weren't talking about what they didn't do physical. When the person was talking about, look, you can go to the prison out there, and some of these niggas done killed 4, 5, 10 people. They done did everything. And they can stand before the negative confession, and the prisoners can read that negative confession and say, I have not killed, I have not this, and I have not that, and I have not this. Right. And they would be right. They haven't. See, the mystery to this is, that was a thing that the soul was reciting. The soul is a little small seed down in the gastrointestinal tract that's asleep. It's not even awake. So your ego in your physical body, which is the illusionary form of yourself, have done all kind of shit. Yeah. But when they're reciting this stuff on the walls in Kemet, they're not talking about you physically. That's right. You physically, shit. There's no way physically you cannot do some stuff that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Hell would be no fun. But they were not talking about that. That's Christians looking back. They were talking about when you go, I have not done this and I have not done that. You haven't. They were talking about your soul, the body. That didn't do it because it was asleep in the matrix. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you still thinking of this thing here right now. Right now, God couldn't give a damn who you fucked. Or what piece of dingleberry you done dug out your ass, or whatever. bunch of ants on the ground. And you looking down on there, and they going, oh, great Bobby Hemmitt. Oh, I hope he didn't see me when I kicked that other ant's ass. But to me, it's just a bunch of ants running around on the ground. So how the fuck you think a nigga walking around goddamn St. Louis that you have anything to do physically with somebody looking over you? That's religion. You see, again, these systems, the Yoruba, the Voodoo, and all those systems, they used to be, before they got into all that. See, the shit that you got now is stuff that was replaced from the mystery schools of 2,000 to 3,000 years ago. So what happened was this. When they used to go into these particular schools 2,000 to 3,000 years ago, their whole thing was built on becoming the Orishas. And it was a God school, how you raise yourself up like we doing now. After years, and they had a corrosion where everything on this earth corrodes, degenerates. When they had a deterioration going on, they started replacing shit with worshiping the gods, and you're not doing this and you're not doing that. Same thing happened in India. If you read the Rig Veda, they don't even talk about humans. Most of this shit is about the gods. By the time you get to Buddhism, you can't step on the goddamn ants. So what's happening here, we got a newfound thing, because we all not getting into the African traditional religion, but all that is just an older form of fundamentalism.
Yes, it is.
It might have a little more elaborate rituals, but you are still conforming and becoming subordinate up under a certain amount of entities.
Yeah.
Now, the story goes in the creation story is Tiamat is overthrown and her body is turned into the earth.
That's right.
Her husband is overthrown and his blood is turned into humans. Okay, go back further. Our world is built on several other primal worlds that existed prior to this particular creation.
Yes.
Before this creation, which is about 13 billion years based on the European and ancient calculations on what he could come up with, we'll go with that. 13 billion years, or we'll do an normalized 66 trillion.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
But we're talking about this creation is 13 billion years old. Prior to the creation existed the realm of the Great Mother, and there was men in the realm of the Great Mother. That's why we are the black man. And that's why the Kundalini energy that runs up is a feminine energy. Because we are all women.
Hey! Break it down.
This is the greatest thing. You don't get this shit. How I was able to break the code. And I was bust her head. When my mate got off the mound, and she was channeling, and it was talking about the great order, collective consciousness, the collective council of elders, the great brotherhood, and all this thing you called it. I said, hold on. I said, I got it. You men are a bunch of bitches. They said, we like you. I said, bitches, because bitch means creatures of the dog stuff. I said, oh, I get it. The hierarchy is all feminine. They said, you done broke the goddamn mystery. Now, okay, put it in your face. Get the Enuma Elish.
That's right.
Myths from Mesopotamia by Stephanie Daly, D-A-L-L-E-Y. Myths from Mesopotamia. And look up the Enuma Elish, the creation epic. This is the Typhonian epic that predates a lot of even the West African traditions. All of the West African traditions are forms of those stories retold. Still the same thing. But Tiamat used to rule the universe prior to, now to give you again now, the Typhonian tradition existed into ancient Kemet years before the first monument was built. So this would be all your Atlantean, your Lemurian thing. We talk, Now, they moved up into Babylonia. No, so our universe exists on several other primal universes. Before this creation, there was a creation that lasted about 13 billion years, about as long as this creation is old.
Yes.
And that was the realm of the great mother Apep, Tiamat. You see what I'm saying? When Oladu Mare come up into the tradition, that's already the later shit. That's Amin Ra and them.
Yes.
You already done missed the shit. But by the time, if it's the Oladu Mare comes in and it's a man creating, they just omitted his goddamn mother.
Right.
That makes it demiurge. That makes it patriarchal.
Bust it in.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? His mother was goddamn Olokun, who he overthrew and made a part of the ocean, just like Tiamat. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
The bitch is rising and she's sick. Take your head of the leg on them back. Oladu Mare's mother was Olokun. That's the shit that the niggas in Nigeria forgot.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Because they make patriarchal. In the realm of the fucking man, and that patriarchal shit is over. It's over.
Yeah.
Come in the bitch.
It's over. It's doomed.
See what I'm saying? That's why we gotta look at this kind of shit here. You either get with the program of what's coming in, and we are not a patriarchal people.
Matriarch.
We are matriarchal people, and even as black men.
Right.
That's our realm. We are the sons of the mother, not the sons of the father.
That's right.
That's some bullshit. That's not the sons of the father. You see what I'm saying? We gotta be truthful about this shit. That's why I'm coming. That's why I'm coming. That's why I'm broke. I ain't coming in the tradition, but there's other facts motherfucker around here. Coming in.
That's right.
Olokun was overthrown. That's Tiamat. Tiamat is saltwater ocean.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
That's Apep and Phobos.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So they were overthrown. Now the Titans, which is Tiamat, Leviathan, Letiathan, Titan, Teton, Satan.
Yeah.
Satan.
The Titans were overthrown by the gods of Olympus. The Olympian gods is Legba, Umatala, Ogun, Shango, Oshun, and the women aspect of it, they had to take back seat. See, Oshun and them used to be a part of the feminine realm.
Yeah.
But Yeminya, because Yeminya is a form of, is a physical form of Olokun.
Yeah.
And they used to be a part of the feminine realm, but they had to take a subordinate role behind them faggot-ass niggas and became their consorts. You see what I'm saying? So that they didn't get cast down with the rest of their brothers and sisters. You see what I'm saying? The rest of their brothers and sisters that are what they call them, the Ajogun.
Yes.
Guess who the Ajogun is? We are the goddamn Ajogun. The enemies to the motherfucking Orishas. All right. See, we talking overthrowing shit. So we ain't talking about burning no candle to a faggot. Not that don't want to get me a new fucking Lexus. I'm saying, can you make me God?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about no Lexus. I want to know, I want to be where the fuck you are. And you're not talking about me being on the fuck with you. Fuck you. So, now, dealing with this thing, the Titans was overthrown by the Olympian gods, Zeus. You see what I'm saying? Poseidon and all of those. And those are the gods that rule this creation. The Titans was overthrown. Where did the Titans? The Titans used to rule the creation before creation. They used to use the primal worlds. Where did those particular ones that used to rule the primal worlds go? The Titans was turned in to humans.
Yes, they were.
They say that now let's go a little one better. In East India, you have to see when you stick in traditions, you come up short because you come up with half of the stories. You see what I'm saying? This shit is millions of years old. So to look at this through the eyes of a tradition, especially through a modern tradition, you see what I'm saying? You're only going to get half of the stories. You see what I'm saying? Now, in East India, you have the Asuras. And they used to rule the universe before the Devas. And the Devas were the younger ones. And the Devas overthrew the Asuras. But the Asuras, they say, were more superior to the Devas. The great mystery here is this, and this is the mystery. To make this known, you say, well, how do I know that we are more superior. If your deity consists of giving all that fucking worship to, burning all them candles to, giving all that food to, and doing all that, that's because that is the one that is a subordinate deity now, and they need your help, and they feed off of your energy, because you are the source. Now the story goes that the Asuras, which is us, the Titans, which is us, the Tiamat, that is us, the Apex, that is us, are more superior than our children who overthrew us. And they overthrew us and turned us into humans, and we have been worshiping them. And in actuality, we are more superior to them black-ass bastards. You see what I'm saying? So you stuck into a tradition. You are the motherfucker that was in the beginning before they even existed. They're your children. So the story goes, we had a group of children. We were old in the universe and sleepy. We had a group of children that came up, and they kicked their mamas and daddies' ass and set up a new universe, but botched the job and set up a matrix of only an illusionary universe, but they set it up through the energy and the blood and the melanin of their parents and the dreams of their parents. So in so many words, they put us to sleep and created a universe out of our dreams, and they only exist because we are fucking asleep, and when we wake up, they disappear. And the only reason why you got to give them water, you got to give them all this kind of stuff here, and you got to give them animal sacrifice, and it used to be human sacrifice, is because they need your energy to feed off. Then they talk about the entities who need no food or they need no drink. That is the demons. The Damians, who we be.
Right.
The word demon comes from the word Damien. The word Damien comes from the word Damon, which means amen.
Right.
Hidden substance.
That's right.
We are the most advanced. That's what Elijah Muhammad was saying. She said, we put them motherfucking stars up there. You see what I'm saying? This is the study on this particular part here. We are the ones. So for us to go against our children,
No.
you know what I'm saying? So that's when Omagumu came up, I said, get that fucking Ogumu. And he ran like a bitch. Because why? Because Omagumu and these particular entities here represent those primordial entities that used to rule, went to sleep, regenerated, transmutating, creating a new world, and they're all powerful. But guess what, though? They are us.
One and the same. Right.
It makes sense why we had to suffer all this much. You see what I'm saying? All this hell we've been going through, they could have got some slack. So we were going into a question and answer right quick on this before we go into some stuff. Give me some questions right quick. Anybody? Give me some questions right quick on this type of thing here. So the concept here is now, like I said, what's that, bro? Okay.
Do these new guys need the death of humans to survive?
No, they are us. They're actually our energy.
Even the guys outside, the sun guys and stuff like that, that's us too.
No, not the sun god, and those are part of the Olympian deities.
Yeah.
Ra is a form of Adal Ra, Yahweh, any of those male deities that represent this creation. Now Osiris is a god of the underworld. So in so many words, him being cut up into so many pieces is just a retelling of the Titans or Tiamat story in the dynastic form. So the thing about it here is at this particular time, we don't supposed to worship nothing. We don't supposed to worship nothing. What's that? So I'm telling them, so my thing with them is, with these entities I call out now, it's not even a partnership. It's a goddamn rulership. And I'm the motherfucking ruler. Until you get to that particular level. Now, it's interesting here because I'm a trickster. I'm coming up here like a poor motherfucker begging for money. But you got to understand, I'm doing that now because my mind ain't even on that shit. I don't even contemplate these things. I can give out rituals right now. I got love rituals. Shit, you can get some ritual guilt. You know, crap a goddamn nigga. We'll get that shit out. You might as well. Hell, he gonna just go fuck with the white girl. He fought his right to be goddamn running around this bitch as a free agent when he gonna fuck with the cracker. So you need to get have him hollering at the moon. You know what I'm saying? Huh? Well, all that attitude adjustment. We'll get into that in a few minutes. But no, they don't need that. It's just that when people die, the energy just enhances us more, but they don't need sacrifices. See, that's the thing about the new entities. They don't need sacrifice at all. And we don't have to call on nothing. We are demanding, and the reason why I can demand, I say, motherfuckers, you better get on this shit. You better get on this shit now. Why can I say that? Because I know this shit is inside of me.
Okay, right.
I'm only telling my energies to do what I'm trying to do.
Right.
You see, they told me Christmas, they said, after all, Bobby, we are only a part of the universe that you created.
Yeah.
It's talking because you can only have a relationship with your soul in your own universe.
Right.
So if you, how the hell it's about you having a relationship with your soul in your universe, you becoming God, and you giving all your energy to other bunch of motherfuckers.
Right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why the African come over here from fucked up Nigeria and give you shit. Because he needs help too. Tell him to get the crack out of his country and get back his oil.
All right, man. Thank you,
If he was in control of his oil, we'd have enough money for every African on the planet to be rich.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So that's the motherfucker from Nigeria can't tell me shit.
that's right.
You don't even run no goddamn country. We know we slaves. You know? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Those are traditions, but those are religions anyway. And I know you're stuck in your traditions, but only thing I'm trying to tell you, you don't have to abandon your traditions. Only thing I'm trying to tell you, if you want to be human, then you can stick around and hope the motherfucker give you something. But I'm talking about if you want to become a god, what's the difference? I'm not talking about you in a better way to worship. I ain't telling you a better way how to beat a goddamn drum. I ain't telling you how to waste some damn Pentecostal wrap your head or blow some old wooden ass fruit. I'm talking about coming to God to get this scunion off our ass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck that. I don't want no lessons. I don't want no goddamn. I want some shit. You understand what I'm saying? So when I think a motherfucker cracker is dying.
Damn right. Damn right. Damn right.
When I keep their tables like camel soup. You got to come this level because this is the God that the messenger, Muhammad, and the rest of the motherfuckers were talking about. Even the even in India, they say, even in Buddhism, which is the last, they say one day Shiva gonna burn up the universe.
Yeah.
Shiva ain't nothing. The Kundalini energy on the inside of you is gonna burn this shit up. But what you don't understand here is we are still sleeping because we are still worshiping. Right. And whether you worship Jesus or whether you burn 4,000 candles and cut chicken heads off, it's still a form of worship. We're not talking about becoming gods, and you don't want to let go. You still want to be up on all the old shoes, and they cannot exist unless you goddamn do it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there.
Thank you. That's right.
How the hell you gonna tell me, in order for me to get something, you to do something, I got to give you something? Right. Then that means if I got to give you something, why don't I keep my shit and learn how to do it myself? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand that. That's another form of worship. And what we're trying to tell you is we in 2004, this cracker is moving and had to blow up them buildings because his hand is forced and they don't want you to wake up. We are the return of the gods. Not them, because they're already gods. Yeah. And this is the world that they lord over, which is fucked up. So you're insubordinate motherfucking landlord and absentee landlord. So we take over the goddamn house.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Now the reason why I got to beg for money because it's quiet is because he said, well, it's all that. Why is he broke? See, you think it's financial.
Right.
The money realm is the demiurge realm. This is the realm, and the reason why we in slavery because we worry about this. So by me not being a part of that realm, I got to beg for money because I'm not a part of that realm. And the interest is there. They say, oh, we can do any kind of thing. We can get a nigga off your ass. We can give you some pussy. But we can't give you no money because that's not our realm. That's the realm that was put in order to keep you down.
Right, right.
We gotta come from a new order. Soon this motherfucking shit ain't gonna be working. They're gonna be giving it to us. The Christ getting ready to give us this shit. Why the fuck you think the white man not talking about reparations? Because when the shit go down, he gonna be throwing money at you to not be taking it.
Yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That shit in the store. Don't let me tell you something. You don't know this. I got a friend that did this scarab. It's the ring. He's a master jeweler. He's been doing this shit since the 60s. Named Juju. You don't know this, but most of the apartment stores down there, the really expensive ones like Neiman Marcus or the big ones, they got a barter trade system. You can come in there, they call this fetish. You can give them shit like this, and they give you all them old leather pants and all that old bullshit and them shoes and shit, and gators. They give you all that shit out the store. But they can turn around on the fetish, they can sell this for $5,000. They got a whole team of bartering and trade down here with these crackers, and they do with fetish makers, and even African motherfuckers and black motherfuckers who do trading, and they give you half the store for the shit that you do, because they can sell it from them.
Yeah.
They got a barter trade system even with the cracker shit, that the money don't mean nothing. This nigga make up shit like this and go down and show them shit like this. They go, look, we can put this in a glass case and do $5,000, and niggas will come in and buy it.
Right.
Master P and them will come in and buy this shit, and the dumbass niggas didn't know that they could walk over in the ghetto and get the same damn shit for $25 from the same motherfucker who made it. But the crack is not up in his store. So they got a whole barter and trade system. This shit don't mean nothing nowhere. The real rich white people don't even live off this shit. So the real fact we got to deal with this kind of thing. The spirit realm, they don't even deal with that. You see? So I'm trying to say, so that's some stuff that's going on. So now the key here is we used to rule the universe prior to this creation. That's why you hear motherfuckers say creator. That ain't shit. The creator is the enemy. The creator was a person that broke away in Dogon, he's called Ogu. In Gnostic, which is Coptic Egypt, he's called Adalabra. In the Coptic text, he's called Ra. They broke away. Now, Amun-Ra is hidden sun.
Right.
That's Osiris.
That's right.
But Ra alone. This bandit broke away from the main order. The Great Mother tore out her side and created a alternative universe. Start snatching souls and putting them into physical bodies, slowing down the vibratory rate and taking us prisoners. So when you say creator and you're talking about this physical body, this is a tomb. And it was used to trap the original pristine spirits down. When they say Satan is bound for 1,000 years, how do you bind the spirit? You bind the spirit by encasing it in a human body and putting this human brain on it. It starts to see the illusion instead of the real world.
The fallen
And
angel.
the brain tells you that this is real.
The fallen angel.
But it's on the, but it's only, we are the fallen angels.
That's right.
But we are trapped in a physical body. And as the vibratory rate gradually went down, when we first came down here, we had pristine power. But as the vibratory rate kept falling, we became more and more dependent on the five senses.
Wow. Yeah.
Before the five senses, we had clairvoyance and advanced mental telepathy, and we had time travel and everything going on when we first came down here. The ancient Hemmites understood that we were losing memory. So they had to record stuff on papyruses and on the temple walls, and this would act as the knowledge that we used to have as detailed files. So you ask the question, why we don't have the same kind of monuments and temples in the other part of Africa as we do in Kemet? Because prior to the monumental stage, we had detailed files. Everything was in the archetypes of collective unconsciousness. So all of the knowledge those detailed files was encoded in us. It was just like breath, like air. As we start being more encased into the physical realm, we start losing memory. So, for the dynastic period, we took about 3,000 to 4,000 years to record all that was in the collective consciousness. Because we were going to go to sleep, and we would need these records on the earth so that we can have them when we wake up.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so when Kemet, the physical Kemet comes into existence, which you see, that's our fallen period. The Africans and the rest of the ones, and even the Egyptians, we didn't need those monuments on the rest of Africa because we were gods.
That's right.
Even the Egyptians say, we got 3,000 years of dynastic history and 5,000 years of pre-dynastic history. They say, who used to rule before them? They say, a whole bunch of gods.
That's right.
Guess who the gods used to be? It was the same damn Egyptians. They just became more and more grossed into the physical aspect, and ultimately, they was reduced down to just 5 senses. So when you get psychic ability, that is a residue of much more advanced stuff that you used to do. So the Africans, when you go to the continent and you see over there, they don't have the large monuments, it's because they had it all up in here. And the reason why the Moors came about and they had to go up into Europe and give a white man all that particular knowledge, because if we didn't, we went to sleep. We was going to go into slavery. Now, we knew we was going into slavery 5,000 years before we did it, because we have the text, the Hermetic text, talk about how we was going into slavery. So if we know we're going to go into slavery 5,000 years before it happens, that means that we have 5,000 years to correct the process. So the reason why we went up into Europe and we educated the Europeans, because we were going to be dumbfounded in the slavery, and then the Africans was going to lose the general aspect of their ancient history. So therefore, we gave it to the Europeans because white people are good recorders. They always write shit down. And they preserved our information. We spent 700 years up in Europe, and they preserved our information so that we can have it now.
Yeah.
But we got hit in the head with some bullshit religion.
Really close.
Which was meant for him. You didn't need no goddamn book. Oh, moralism. What was the book meant? They had to have a book of moral code and behavior because they were a savage people.
Yes, sir.
Look what they did with the damn book. Can you imagine what happened if they didn't have no book? We would have been dead. These motherfuckers fucked the damn planet up with the book. Can you imagine what could happen if they didn't have a moral code? This sociopath, psychopath. You see what I'm saying? So they had to have the moral code. But we got hit in the head and start following their book, and it was meant for them. The book, Old Testament, New Testament, old body, new body, is just talking about your constitution. And the Christ just means your soul.
Right.
Anybody know this? That the Christ only means your soul?
That's right.
Christos, anointed one, called Christomelos.
That's right.
Black Son, Black Christ. So we started worshiping this shit here, and we done been hit in the head and duped. You see what I'm saying? Following a cracker. So what happened to the general African after they lost their mystery system? They started taking these principles of sublime mythology, which was supposed to be the constitution of the autonomy of the body of God. You raising yourself to a godly level, and they started putting all this shit and start worshiping Oshun and all them motherfuckers like that. And that's a form of slavery. You know what I'm saying? A form of slavery. I got one sister, she became a priest. She ain't been able to leave out the damn house damn near 3-4 years. I gotta do this and I gotta do that. I said, motherfucker, you was more free when we was rolling. This girl, this sister was so bad to her. She had white people, she had a radio show. We get on the radio show and we say what we want. And they said, why they didn't put off a radio show? They said, white people scared of her. She was mean. She sleep with her fist ball up. She was so mean. She put fear in her heart. She's so mean, she sleep with her fist ball up. She the kind of motherfucker heat up an iron and stick it to your Also, you go in the bed, baby, I was wrong. Took that goddamn iron, put that bitch on high. Didn't even put no steam in it. Stuck it to that nigga back. Motherfucker had a grilled cheese going on. Now, Dick Gregory said this, and you know this shit is right. Dick Gregory said, you know it's got to be something. They said the other races, they don't know nothing about tires being cut. They said because, he said because it's humanly impossible to cut tires. But there's something in the black woman when she gets mad, she can cut a tire to a rim with a butter knife. They said the other way, they don't know about it. They said this is a new phenomenon. To cut the tires, but a motherfucker can take a butter knife, get mad, and something in her is so mad, and so much energy, she can cut that bitch with a goddamn butter knife, cut it to the rim. And every nigga knows somebody got their tires cut by some black woman. Know what I'm saying? We're in the black community. You know, sugar in the tank. All kind of stuff. Now, so we are the gods that they replace. So in so many words, we're stuck in the traditions, and those traditions are outmoded. And they're telling you that you need to be obedient, and we're late in the game, and the reason why this shit is being stuck is because we're still looking, we're going into these traditions looking for help from them, and they're like children. They don't want to relinquish the powers. It's like this with them. Those entities are not going to tell you that you're supposed to be rooted as long as you're giving them wine, food, bird head, chickens. Did some of these motherfuckers eat better than the average nigga? Now, so it's like this particular story. It's this particular story. See, there was going to come a time when we got to even turn against the fucking gods.
Yes.
Because this shit done got out of hand. Jesus said in the Bible, there's a time it's going to get so bad, even the elect, which is us, will be threatened. And guess what? In the Mahabharata, Arjuna, in the Mahabharata, he depends on the gods, just like the Orishas. He depends on the Orishas, these light beings and devas are the same. And he depends on the devas, and he's in the Mahabharata war, in the Mahabharata, and he only gets to the highest part when he turns around and blasphemes to the gods. That's how it's done, man. When you blaspheme to them, you see what I'm saying? They bow down. In the Pistis Sophia, the Gnostic text, they say the powers in heaven, when they see the new light, it's not a light from the beginning. Any light that you see is a light that's burning out. Those stars you see been dead years ago, and we just not getting the light. So any light you see is burning out. The light has got to come from the darkness, because the darkness, from the nothing, you get the absolute.
That's right.
You don't get light from light, you get light from darkness.
That's right.
So the dark realm is the only potential that there is. So when they see the new chemical light, the old light has to bow down to the new light. That's your soul. And you can only do that when you blaspheme against them. It was in the movie Major League, the first one. Guy had him a little voodoo type entity. Yeah. He was praying to the black guy and was striking out. And at the end he said, "Fuck you." And went out there and knocked the goddamn home run. Because he was giving his energy to that shit. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how it's done. Okay. You got the cycles wrong. This ain't 1930. Right. 1972. This 2004. And you done been Afrocentric for damn near 10 years now. And you dreadlocks. You done got rid of the African clothes. You know what I'm saying? You see, and stuff, you know, so now, you know, you wearing all the stuff now on, but you ain't nothing happening. Right. You still goddamn wait for your lights to get cut off. You know what I'm saying? You still catching hell. You said, wait a minute. This ain't happening. We done did all that. That's because you have not become gods yet. And the only way you can become gods is a lonely thing. See, this is the clause. I'm talking about psychology here. talking about 12 step. 12 step, goddammit. 12-step program. Niggas Anonymous. Now, Niggas Anonymous. 12 step.
Well, they're like the 10 cracker man, baby.
Yeah.
12.
Now, check it out. You want to get to another level. You didn't understand that there was a clause written in the contract when your parents, when you was a child, there was a clause written that when you turn 18 or 20, the house that you belong to becomes yours. But somehow when you were 17, they convened and said, let's not tell him about the clause.
Right.
And now you fucking 22 and they're telling you